Seeing all y'all's faces via Zoom. It seems like it's been a while, but hope everybody's having a great week. It's been good to get back out on the practice field here the last couple of days. Really, pleased with our guys, their approach, the effort they put in. Here this week, we kind of approach this, as a bye week. Coming in, Tuesday, really didn't know what to expect. So we had a good sense that we'd be playing a conference opponent there on the 12th. Last night being able to get that solidified and knowing what the schedule is was definitely exciting for our guys, and had great energy today. I thought the guys really flew around. We're limited numbers right now, but I thought the work that we did get in, it was impressive to see the guys' response, and really pleased with that. Had a couple personnel developments. Asante Samuel has declared for the NFL draft. Really just grateful for the opportunity to coach him and to see his growth and development. Phenomenal young man. Did a tremendous job for us this year. With the calendar, kind of changing. This normally would be the last week of the regular season. And with that change and some of the unexpected things for the future, I think the timing for Asante is something that I understand. In his preparation for the combine and all the things that will be ahead for him. In preparation for the draft, just grateful for who he is and the Seminole that he's been. Really enjoy. We had a good talk there on Sunday, and just support him on his future endeavors and on his journey to the next level. La'Damian Webb, opted out. I was able to talk with La'Damian there, Sunday and Monday, and La'Damian is all intention to return and be here in January. This is it's a challenging time. There's a lot of things that with some of the changes that we've experienced, some of the things that are going on in our country, just with with the virus, this is something that. He made a decision on that. He's got a couple of youngsters that he's gonna be with here over that time, and but definitely expecting him back there in January. We've had good conversation, and appreciate all the work that he's put in throughout the season. And also the young man that he is as well. I know it got announced this morning with Jaden Woodby deciding to pursue options as a graduate transfer. Jaden is somebody that has been a remarkable Seminole. He's been here for the last 3 years. You look at the job that he's done academically, socially, working to impact the community. Obviously, all the work that he's had as a player, responding to injury last year, coming back and being able to play for us throughout this season. Kind of similar situation, just with the timing of where it is. It's a decision that Jaden has been thinking about, and as he's going to take the next step and within his career, really the timing played more of a factor of it than anything else of just making that choice with this, would have been the last, the end of the regular season and kind of the start of that next phase. And so he's going to explore those options. Once again, there's nothing beyond that other than just support and encouragement for Jaden and his continued journey for his career. But grateful for the time and the Seminole that he's been. So just kind of update on personnel. We're excited about the opportunity with Duke here this next week. Being able to come to Duke, and then obviously the trip the following week to Wake Forest, knowing that we're going to get to wrap up the season with two more conference opponents. It's a different year with scheduling and all those things, but grateful for the opportunity to continue to compete.
First question will be Chris Lee from
Coach, with being shorthanded in practice, are any guys going two ways? How are you guys kind of making up for numbers in the interim? And also, when do you think you're going to be closer to more what you expect roster-wise in the next week or so?
Oh, to answer the first part of the question, no, not with this week and not having the game. That was something that we were prepared to do. We were ready, on Sunday as a coach, really all day, Saturday and Sunday as a coaching staff. Really went through kind of reevaluating, restructuring some of the things roster wise and how we could go out there and play a game and you'll be available for Duke as originally scheduled. Felt confident that we were going to be able to get that done. We do have some guys with some position flexibility, and it would have been definitely unique, but it was something we were prepared to do. And that was something that was as we went through Sunday night when the ACC decided to kind of schedule things, kind of took it out of our control. We do expect having guys back here sooner rather than later. I know the CDC came out. There's been some reports about shortening the quarantine time that is required. If that happens, and that we're going to get the majority of our guys back, there'll just be a couple players that are still going to be going through the process. But that's something that could really shore us up quickly. So we'll see how that goes. But we're just focusing on continuing the fundamental growth, the conceptual understanding, the continuing to build these guys in all aspects. And like I said, they came out and they worked. We have adjusted practice, in the amount of repetition that we're taking just because of limited numbers. But those guys, the intensity has been there, the effort has been there, and I think we've gotten better in these last couple of days.
I know at least one player, made a comment about maybe missing out on the opportunity to have a senior day. Was there a point at any point over the weekend where the guys didn't know if they would even have another game, or did you guys know, and did they know that there would be more opportunities to play?
I guess immediately Saturday, when that happened, there's always the immediate concern of what is this going to look like for the next week. Sunday night when the new schedule came out, that was something that was important to me. In discussion with the administration and the conference, to know that there was going to be an additional opportunity for us to play. It's something that we've pretty much understood and expected that would happen. From the earlier cancellation, was unaware of the opponent, I guess I would say. We planned for what we planned for, but obviously that changed up a little bit there yesterday. And I did tell our guys when the game was canceled for this week that they could expect that on the back end. And so, but like I mentioned in I guess my radio show, it was kind of a faceless opponent, not truly knowing who that was going to be, but just continuing to focus on our growth and what we could control. And that's the thing I was probably most pleased with was Tuesday's practice, not having a real clue of what that was going to be, and just the effort and the energy that those guys brought to come out and get better. And something we need. It's something that that gives you a shot or a chance to show just your love and desire for this game and your teammates and the opportunity to grow and get better. And I thought it was a great illustration for our guys just to be able to use that as an example. And I thought they did a great job of that.
Joey Lamar from WCCU.
Hey, Coach. The press release from David Coburn about the postponement of the Virginia game said you guys only had 44 scholarship players, and then with opt-outs, quarantine, contact tracing, and injuries. And then when they said that you have a game on December 12th, are you worried that? Well, one, do you think that's enough time to get some of those guys back to have a roster to be able to compete at the high level that the ACC competes at? And two, do you think those guys who are quarantining for contact tracing have enough time to prepare for an opponent?
Yes, sir, I do. And it's something that it presents challenges. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier, that quarantine time is subject to change just through the CDC here this week, and things that are possibilities. So that would definitely help us. But even if not, you go back and just through protocols and all aspects, that we should have enough time to be able to get that done. And it is it's challenging when especially the timing of what happened there Friday, late Friday night and early Saturday morning, going through that. But our guys, we were ready to adapt and adjust to be able to play this week if necessary. And so that was this was part of this year, part of the challenges that do arise, but it's just, you just continue to push forward and control the things that you can control, and hopefully it will play out the best way possible to have those guys as quick as we can, and to continue to keep them in a safe atmosphere to be able to play these last couple of games that are now on our schedule.
Hey, Mike, I was just wondering, why was it important for you guys to be able to add 2 more games to play out the season?
The opportunity to compete, and that's what I know there's a lot of things talked about nationally, and about teams' perspectives and thought. Like, these guys are competitors, and we are a young football team. We're one of the youngest teams in college football. We need every rep that we can get, and I understand the challenges that come with that. But our guys are excited about being able to go through a week, implement a plan, work and to do all that you can to prepare for a game. And when that's taken away from you, it is emotional. It's emotional for the staff. It's emotional for players. We want to play. I think we played 2 games in 5 weeks, and that is it. It is one of the most challenging things I've ever experienced as a coach, assistant, head coach. We are competitors and we want to play. And the fact that we know that we now have the opportunity to do that, it was a great joy to be able to let our guys know that last night, and the responses that I got from them. It's why we do what we do. And from the outside in, and people that aren't living this day to day, that aren't having to see the sacrifices that are being made, that all the work that's going into provide that atmosphere, and to be able to allow these guys to play this game and to practice and prepare. It's important. And every game that we get, every moment, every rep, you don't take anything for granted. And so definitely grateful for the next 2 games, and we're going to put everything that we have into them.
Hey, Mike, you kind of touched on where I was going to go, but how hard have the last couple of weeks been? I don't know how many times in recent college football history games have been postponed the day of, and you had it happen back to back.
It's like I said, extremely emotional. And, I love this. I love the opportunity, coach. I love seeing guys that, no matter what the circumstance, no matter whether the odds are stacked against you, or you have to go out there and guys are having to do, adapt and adjust, and the game planning, and just seeing guys compete, and the energy, the enthusiasm, the joy. That's what makes college football so special. And, especially with our team, being so young, being, having some adversity that's shown up, throughout the course of the year. And that's the joy of it. And to not get that opportunity to see the investment and the work to have that competition. It's been challenging, but like I said, I'm really pleased with our guys of the way that they come back out, and they just continue to work. They continue to grow. This week, to say concern, you always worry as a coach when you're not able to point to say, well, this is the opponent. But the message always stays the same. The greatest opponent is ourselves. And to keep the right mindset, the right approach, to go out there and get better. That's what makes football great, because football also mimics life. There's going to be plenty of people that tell you what you can't do in this world. There's going to be plenty of people. There's going to be plenty of circumstances or adversities that show up that are going to make you question things. They're going to make you, have to respond. And as long as we wake up in the morning, you'll get a positive mindset, a positive approach, and go focus on getting better, being the best version of us. Then I believe in whatever the future is going to hold, and being able to control those things that are there for us to control. But I'm really pleased with this team. I'm grateful for our coaches, for our administration, everybody that plays a part in it, and we're working away at it. And just to know that we have a game that to look forward to, or 2 games to look forward to, it's definitely we're grateful for that, but it's also very well received.
Hey, Mike, you talked about it a little bit. I guess I know it hasn't been even 24 hours yet, so it hasn't been that long. But what have you seen the difference in the energy in the players, the coaches, really everyone in the building now having kind of a face to that opponent, knowing what the rest of the season is going to look like after the weeks of uncertainty?
I guess that was the thing that I was pleased, most pleased of, is that the energy was there before. And, coming out in Tuesday's practice, just to work. And I mean, I saw guys that were preparing better. I mean, that mindset and approach, that's so critical. So was it good to know that what's in front of us? Yes, but it really wasn't that much different in how those guys approach practice, which is a sign of growth. And we're here to work. We're here to get better. And we know that this week we're treated just like a bye week, and we're taking the steps necessary. And then we know, starting Sunday, all focus goes to our continued improvement, and then a focus on the game planning for Duke. And so it's definitely a joy to know that those guys are going to get at least one more opportunity there out on the field at Doak, and we're just excited about it.
All right, we're going to do 3 more. Next will be Jerry Chris from Osceola.
Hey, Coach, I want to take you back to something you said earlier about the desire to play each week, the competitive juices. There's been some in the country that have challenged that have thought that you were trying to dodge playing some of these games. And just recently, the ACC changed the testing protocol. I think Bianchi wrote a column, saying that these games were being canceled because of a faulty testing protocol that put you in harm's way. What would you say about, you've already answered the question about the desire to play, but how important is it that the ACC changed that protocol?
Well, nobody ever wants to get to game day and have to cancel a game or have something change. I mean, it's not just for the teams, but for the fans, for all the steps that go into having a college football game take place. And it is. I understand the protocols of why and the timing and the things of that the conference was looking to do at the beginning, and you can see it from both sides. But to be able to have all of those results earlier in the week before we get to that point, I think is a wise move, because I never want to experience what we've had to experience the last 2 weeks, and it's been really, really tough, just the emotional aspect of it for everybody involved. And, for people's perspective on why, I can't control what anybody else says about, their thoughts or opinions. I can tell you, I live this every day, and I'm around these kids, I'm around these coaches. I see the investment that's being made, and I see the desire that we have to go out there and compete to the best of our ability and to get better. And that's what this team's about. And, anything beyond that, once again, nothing that I can control, but we definitely are doing things the right way. We're building this the right way. And, I believe in these kids, these coaches, and we're going to continue to do that to that standard.
Perry from Tomahawk Nation.
Coach, I don't think there's ever been a situation where regular season games are being played this late, maybe prepping for a conference championship. How do you kind of fight off that fatigue that comes naturally, like with anything you've been doing for months and months and months, especially in a year like this?
Yeah, that's a great question, because it's real. I mean, you look at this year in particular, we started back, I guess mid-July is when we started to be able to go 6 days a week. And, even though there was no pads and all of that, it was still the constant preparation for what was to come. And it's been a hard year. There wasn't the foundation of all the workouts. So we've had to really kind of, work as we've gone to make sure guys are in proper conditioning, that we're being smart, taking care of their bodies the best way possible. And now you see a season that's extending further. We've had to really kind of adapt and adjust when it comes to that. And with our practice schedule and things that we're continuing to evaluate as we go into these next 2 weeks, it's going to be different. And that's just it's a challenge. It's a challenge for the mental and the physical, because like I said, the emotional swings that we've had, especially the last 2 weeks with not being able to compete on days that we thought we were going to. And so all that plays into it, but we're definitely aware of it and trying to make the best case possible for all these players and coaches.
Last one, we'll go back to Ira.
With guys moving on for different reasons, do you get any sense or do you hope that it'll bring the guys who are staying and who are committed closer together in any way?
Oh, I mean, I enjoyed practice today. I've enjoyed watching these guys. You see the desire. I mean, you see the work, and I've said that throughout this year. That's something that is with the youth that we have on this team, and with the older guys that are truly investing and changing maybe some of the ways they've approached things in the past and just working to get better. That brings you together. And we know the challenges that we face this year. We know that there's been a lot of things that we've had to adapt and adjust to. But through that adversity, right, the response, the energy, the encouragement, that is bringing us together. And to see guys go out there and compete, to see guys go out there and work to improve and to help be a positive influence to others. I mean, that's drawing this football team closer. And I'm so excited about the future that's in front of us, and just the mindset of what these guys are choosing to bring when it comes to what's necessary for us to achieve success. And so I'm looking forward to that, but I think you're absolutely right on it. This provides a great opportunity, and I'm excited about the response that I'm seeing. All right, thank you, guys.